What is up everyone, it is Sacred Saiyan here, welcoming you to the second episode of the series, What If Goku Got God Ki Early? If you end up liking today's video, then please consider subscribing. It is free, and you can always unsubscribe later. There's a link in the description of the video showing my Discord server, and also to become a channel member if you want to support the channel. There's now a new channel member tier called Royal Blue, so if you want to support me, then that is definitely the best way to do so. And with all out of the way, let's get into the second episode of What If Goku Got God Ki Early? Since unlocking God Ki, Goku's gone straight through every threat that he has faced, none of them posing any challenge to him. But now, the god of destruction Beerus has woken up, and he's hunting for his rival, the Super Saiyan God. Beerus has heard from the Oracle Fish that the Super Saiyan God would be the first person to ever challenge him. So he turns to Whis and asks him to find the Super Saiyan God. Luckily for Beerus, it's actually much easier to locate this Saiyan, because he already exists. Whis had sensed God Ki way out in the universe, and seeing this, he kept tabs. He told Beerus that the Super Saiyan God he's looking for is actually the one who killed Frieza. This gives a shock to Beerus, and he immediately wants to go and fight him. He grabs onto Whis, and the two head for Earth. On Earth, Goku and Vegeta are both training vigorously. After unlocking Super Saiyan Blue, both of them have hit a ceiling. It feels like there's no way up from here, but they still do continue to train their god forms in order to get stronger. They practically perfect Super Saiyan Blue just by training in it for over a year, but they have to put a stop to their training when Bulma invites everyone to her birthday party. Eventually, Beerus and Whis would both arrive, and even though King Kai and Supreme Kai had both warned Goku not to mess with him, he still does, with Beerus not getting involved in festivities, as he's staring at the man he knows to be the Super Saiyan God, and all he wants to do is fight. Luckily for him, Goku obliges with no problem, and he starts off in Super Saiyan to test Beerus' strength. Keep in mind, this Goku has God Ki within himself, so this Super Saiyan is already stronger than the Super Saiyan God Beerus faces in Battle of Gods. Beerus is already amazed at the power coming off of Goku. This is more of a challenge to him than anything he's ever faced before. He gets excited, and starts to fight Goku back, but soon, Beerus is able to turn things up to a point where Goku can't continue. He fires multiple Earth-sized blasts at Goku, as the two take their fight to space. Goku realizes he can't avoid these blasts, as they would hit the Earth and destroy it, so he powers up into Super Saiyan God, and uses the Kamehameha to dissipate them both. Beerus wasn't anticipating this, so the blast not only cuts through his attack, but it also strikes him, sending him flying back. Beerus recovers, and is now fuming with anger, but looking at Goku, and seeing the prophecy being fulfilled, he can't help but get even more excited. This is truly a fight for the ages. He powers up further, shocking Goku. He can't believe it, but this guy is keeping up with his power. He's finally facing someone who's just as strong as him, and Goku can sense that he has even more to show. The two fly towards each other, exchanging blows. Goku punches Beerus, but Beerus retaliates with a punch just as hard. Goku uses instant transmission to get behind Beerus, and powers up into Super Saiyan Blue, increasing his power 50-fold. This improves his speed to a point Beerus wasn't expecting. The god is then sent flying back with a thunderous kick, but he shrugs it off and charges back at Goku, firing a blast from his mouth as a distraction. Goku slaps it away, but Beerus appears in front of him, using both hands to send Goku crashing into the earth. He falls at a rapid speed, but to prevent himself from hitting the ground, Goku charges up a blast, which propels him back into space. The two start breathing heavily, amazed at each other's power. Beerus decides that he's had enough fun, and shows off the rest of his power to Goku. Goku's jaw drops, but he decides to keep fighting regardless of the odds. Before he can even move, Beerus is next to him. Maybe you'll reach this level one day, but you aren't there yet. Beerus strikes the back of Goku's head. He passes out, and starts to fall back down. Before he hits the ground, Vegeta catches him. He's worried that he'll have to fight Beerus next in order to save the Earth, but for whatever reason, Beerus just leaves with Whis, telling the both of them to train up. He'll be back. Goku eats up, and tells Vegeta that his max wasn't even close to Beerus. They'll definitely need to train up to face him again. His power seems out of reach, but Goku's been working on something that may just be enough. Both he and Vegeta continue to train until Whis comes back to Earth one day, in search for good food to take back. The two take full advantage of this, and work out a way for them to train with him, and they succeed in doing so. The training that ensues tests the both of them greatly. Already having Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue mastered, the only step Whis sees to take them further is Ultra Instinct. While the concept of Ultra Instinct works a lot better with Goku, Vegeta struggles to grasp it. It's just not his way of training or fighting. Seeing this, Beerus would pull him to the side and start training him. He sees that Goku works better with Whis, but he thinks he can shape Vegeta into a true fighter. The two of them are soon met with another challenge in the form of Frieza. On Earth, some of the soldiers from Frieza's empire had gotten a hold of the Dragon Balls and revived him. Furious as ever, Frieza wanted revenge, so he trained for the following 4 months, and he's ready to take his revenge. On Earth, the Z fighters gathered together to face him and his army. Gohan had stopped training long ago, and being out of practice hindered his ability to fight. It took everything out of him just to take out Frieza's top henchman, Tagoma. Seeing this, Frieza began to laugh. Goku's brat, just as weak as I remember. Frieza steps out of his chair and gets ready to fight. In just one blow, Gohan's on the ground, but he refuses to give up and continues to fight after receiving the Senzu Bean. Bulma desperately tries to get in contact with Whis, which she eventually succeeds in. Gohan lets out all of his power alongside the Z fighters, allowing Goku to teleport to Earth. He and Vegeta face off against the Emperor, playing rock paper scissors to see who would fight. Goku wins, and Frieza's happy to kill him first. He powers up into his final form, with Goku showing off a hint of his power, but not yet transforming. Goku is easily besting Frieza, just in his base form, which eventually leads to Frieza powering up into his golden form. Goku's surprised to see this, but he smiles, powering up into Super Saiyan Blue, and besting Frieza almost immediately. He's just far too powerful, but of course, being Goku, he offers his hand, and allows Frieza to leave the planet in peace. This gives Sorbet a chance to fire a beam that would almost pierce Goku's heart, but for a moment, Goku's eyes turn silver, and he managed to just narrowly dodge it. Seeing this from a distance, Whis smiles. His training seems to be working. With this distraction, Frieza strikes Goku in the face, but he doesn't even feel it. Goku sighs, seeing that Frieza doesn't want mercy, and fires a beam to end him. And after this, life would continue as normal, with Goku and Vegeta continuing their training with Whis. On Earth, Gohan realizes his failure and starts his training with Piccolo, but he too decides that he needs to up the scale, so he gets in contact with Shin, and him and Piccolo would both go to Shin's world, where Gohan would start his training with the Z-Sword. After testing it, a block of Cochin ends up breaking the sword, this releasing the Elder Kai, who has a gift, and he brings out both Gohan and Piccolo's potential, which heavily boosts both of their powers. Especially Gohan, due to the trace amounts of God Ki that he had within him, that the potential unlock only boosted further. With this newfound power and confidence, Piccolo and Gohan continue their training further. Gohan manages to find a balance between his studying and work, alongside training. Back on Beerus' planet, one day, someone that looks oddly familiar to Beerus would come knocking at their door. It's charm friend Vados. After having a small food competition with Beerus, the two of them decide to hold a tournament, with Earth on the line. Beerus tells Goku and Vegeta to get some fighters, and their first trip would be to Gohan and Piccolo, who immediately sign themselves up. This makes 4 fighters, and Beerus would still recruit Monoka as one of them, and with this, they have 5. Goku and Vegeta would both go into the room of Spirit and Time for 3 days, which equates to 3 years within the room. During these 3 years, they pick up on some new things, as well as tapping into new powers. After arriving at the tournament grounds and passing the tests, Goku would be first up. He easily defeats Botamo, but the next fighter is someone who is oddly familiar to Frieza. Frost and Goku fight, with the same provoking the Frost Demon into using his final form. Goku still manages to have the upper hand, and is about to defeat him, when Frost pulls out the poison needle and tries to strike Goku. However, instinctively, Goku dodges, with his eyes turning silver. He then lands a gut-wrenching punch on Frost, and proceeds to kick him out of the ring. Goku then faces Vegeta, who seems unbeatable. No matter how hard Goku tries to knock him out of the ring, he just can't. It's like he's an immovable object. At the same time, the heat starts to get to him. In the stands, Vegeta would call Vegeta a hunk of metal, which causes Vegeta to ball up. And with this, Goku is then easily able to kick Vegeta out of the ring, thanking Vegeta for the assist. Cabra is up next, and though Goku wishes to teach him Super Saiyan, he just can't. He's not Vegeta, and so, he simply defeats Cabra with little difficulty. However, he does tell Cabra to keep training, and try to unlock Super Saiyan, and maybe something even more. The next fight is where things get serious. Goku finally takes on Hit the Assassin. Immediately, Goku can tell that Hit's unlike any of the other fighters. He's much more ready, and there's something about him that just doesn't feel right. Goku powers up into Super Saiyan Blue and charges for Hit. He's able to move out of the way. Goku looks around, not seeing where he went, and all of a sudden, Hit appears in front of Goku, punching him back and nearly out of the ring. Goku's confused. What just happened? Hit fights him for a bit longer and is easily able to knock him around, until all of a sudden, Goku starts to dodge everything. His hair changes back to black, and his eyes turn silver. Goku then lands a thunderous blow to Hit's face, which causes him to spit out blood. Goku's demeanour changes, with Beerus and Champa both standing up in awe. Beerus turns around, asking Whis if that's what he thinks it is, and Whis smiles. Yes, my lord. Goku's fully accessed Ultra Instinct for the first time, and with this power, he dominates Hit throughout the fight, and before long, he's able to knock him out of the ring. Goku is declared the winner, but using Ultra Instinct took a lot out of him. He's been working on it, but it seems that he still has a ways to go. Vegeta scoffs. He didn't get to show off his new power, but he'll get the chance soon. In the future timeline, Trunks takes on a shadowed figure, with a striking resemblance to Goku. But with this, we're going to end off this part. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to like, comment, and please do subscribe. It is quick and easy to do. Also, I want to give a huge thank you to Mega EXO, Star Knight by the way, Alpha Nerd, All Might, Boldemir Garcia, Camo Ren, and Jonathan Way for becoming channel members. If you want to be shouted out at the end of a video, and get other perks like the channel members here, then there is a link in the description down below to become a channel member. It greatly supports me, and it helps me immensely. With all of that out of the way, hope to see you all in the next episode of What If Goku Got God Key Early.